I decided I'd make another video to so let the few people that do watch my videos know I'm still around, haven't given up. Um, because I'm hoping that, you know, people will someday soon realize that um, a lot of this agreeing with everything is not the greatest thing, because in the last 30 years, um, we have really slid down because people just, I guess they assume that the 40-hour work week just came real easy and that it didn't involve any participation from the workers. But actually, that is how we got a 40-hour work week, was because we had to fight for that. And the one thing I don't appreciate at all about the Republicans' attitude is that, oh, these companies are so good and the bigger the better and all this. No, it's just the opposite. The bigger they are, the more likely they are to treat you like an object. You know, like you, like, I mean, like these people that worked here for years and years. They said they went to lunch and their job went to China, and that's, I can believe it. They, in other words, the company didn't even tell them that they were losing their jobs. Um, they're these big companies. They can get this really cheap labor and probably even cheaper taxes. You know, um, but the thing is, um, the more they have, the less they let go of. It's like they become in an ivory tower where, um, you know, everything is just expected, like for them, and so, you know, the other thing too is I hear people complain about, well, this black guy, he's driving around in a Cadillac and all this stuff. You know, that stereotype thing. They never talk about billionaires. And what do you know what $1 billion is? You know that if you stack $1 billion up, you know, it goes really. I mean, it's phenomenal how much $1 billion is. It's it's an awful lot of money. It's 999 million, and you say, well, that's not much money. But I mean, 999 million is a lot more than 10 million or 100 million. It's a lot of money. And it's like we have no sense of money, and in the sense that we've got all these people making billions of dollars, say like in the hedge funds. The newest billionaires are hedge funds. Now, what do they do? What do they do to get $1 billion? They short sell things, and they don't even need money up front to. They don't really even have. They don't even have that much risk, and when they do get in trouble, they're getting bailed out. And even right now, the Federal Reserve, which isn't the Federal Reserve, it's not federal and it's not reserve. It's a private banking cartel. I believe it was established by the Rothschilds, and I say that because when you track down the Rothschilds, you find out that they were the ones that supported the Morgans and the Rockefellers, and the Rockefellers and the Morgans pretty much controlled a lot of the United States with the oil and the banking way back. See, you think back, way back in cowboy times, there was the railroads, and J.P. Morgan owned the railroads back then, and the Rockefellers owned the oil fields back then. See, there was oil fields were just getting hot and heavy back in the late 1800s, and so your railroads and your oil were there, and then you had the banking that came from England, the Rothschilds, which have been banking for over 300 years, and now they have central banks in almost every country of the world. So, um, so I guess what I say and what I try to say over and over is, all you people that are just, you think that you got a friend in these really big companies, and these people that most of them didn't, don't come from the same background you did. Where, if you were lucky, you got a used car for your high school or whatever. And then if you were lucky, you could go to college, and if you were lucky, you might could get some job as a school teacher somewhere, maybe. And then if you're really lucky, you might could keep that job for 20, 30 years, and if you're lucky, you could have some decent kind of retirement. Well, now you need even more luck. But some of these people that on the top end, they not only, even if they are loners or whatever, they're still got contacts all over. I mean, if you got enough money, you got contacts with all kinds of other people that, and you're kind of in a club, a rich man's club, and they circle the wagons. So if you're, these Republicans that say, oh, well, we got to take care of them poor rich people, I mean that's what it seems like to me that they're doing. It just seems so retarded. And it seems retarded that they want to get rid of the same unions that help them to get a decent wage, and it's really not decent anymore compared to like I say, billionaires and stuff like that. They end up, they don't, the problem with the billion isn't so much that they're billionaires. The problem is that money doesn't get recirculated. See, if you have so many billionaires, that money is just, it's like, it's to a magnet, and you don't have any energy left. You don't have any electrons flowing, because all the juice is going in these, magnets that are, not, they're taking it away. They're not putting it back in. They're just, that's what the recession is. There's tons of money out there. There's there's money out there like you wouldn't believe. Even when the stock market goes down, the money that comes out of the stock market goes somewhere, doesn't it? Of course it does. It's just a matter of, it's just not getting spread around. The stock market per se is not really where, like, it's not really the economy so much anyway. The economy is where, workers have money to spend, and workers have very hard time. They're pretty much locked into what they can spend right now. So, and then there's people that can't spend anything because they can't even get a job to spend it, to make any money to spend anything. So anyway, I have a feeling like I could talk, for, and most Republicans just don't get it, and I don't think they ever will. I just think it's sad. People have to end up dying because they think it's that the rich have it so bad. Well, the rich are what controls everything, and if you don't, if you just think everything came easy, you're wrong, and you have to fight for liberty. And I don't mean go to senseless wars either. I mean fight for your wages, and fight for respect, where your boss doesn't make 500 times more than you do, and that's fine. It isn't fine. It really isn't. That's all I want to say on this video.